The journey, the journey, the journey, 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 journey to radiance, 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 journey to radiance.
That is beautiful. When you say that, I really think about, just in thinking about what a woman's journey is, and what our journey is as Black people in America. What is it like? What has it been like for you to really think about who you are as an American, a Black American, who you are as a person of the African diaspora and now living in Africa? What has that identity journey been like for you?
Yes, when we first arrived in Tanzania, that was in 1972, and I loved it from the get-go. I loved the whole scenery, the heat of Dar es Salaam and the palm trees and the way, people were so friendly. I felt right at home. It took Brother Pete a little while longer, to actually get used to it. But the one thing that concerned me back in the day was that some people would actually almost question my African authenticity. And I felt a little shy about that for some years. I was always trying to prove I'm an African woman, But I'm telling you, sister, when you think of what our ancestors went through, the power of the power of their lives that has continued to inform who we were and who we are, nobody better not question that. But I tell you, I'd love to read an excerpt of this poem here.
Oh, please.
If we got time.
I would love that.
Okay, because I think everybody can relate to this, because everyone feels at some point in their life that they have to change themselves to fit in.
Yeah.
Especially women.
Yeah.
Brothers go through that too, but I think especially women, there's so much pressure on us to, identify this way, wear your hair this way, walk this way,
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so I went through that also. So I'm going to share this with y'all, okay?
Oh, great. Thank you.
It used to amaze me that even though pre-dreadlocked, dressed in conga from head to toe, carrying my babies on my back, basket on my head, chewing sugarcane sticks and pepper-sprinkled muhogo roast, just like everybody else. Before I even opened my mouth to speak, they could somehow tell that I was someone else, different, other than. I couldn't hide it even though I tried, and I almost lost myself. Self. I almost lost that distinctive stride that signals, she ain't from here. Ana toka mahali ingine bwana. I almost lost my fierce, laughing in your face, sister tone of voice, and my hands on hips, finger waving, snake charming. You ain't about to tell me I can't. Neck moves. I tucked that me tightly under my conga wraps and demure gaze and soft, gentle handshake, and I almost lost it in giving it up. But I woke up. Just in time and place and attitude. I had to learn to remember that the I, that is me, has a history as rich and as valid as anyone born with the dust of our African ancestors squished lovingly between their baby toes. I learned to remember that the middle passage memories still twisting in my DNA, causing frequent bouts of claustrophobic episodes, are as real as the recollections of those who had never been ripped from the reassuring womb of family and history and language and food and religion. I learned to reject feelings of embarrassment at having been born an African in America, off land, offshore, thousands of miles off course from where I might have been had those captors not had such a pressing need for dark rum and cotton gins. And I'm going to end it with this. I've learned to remember and bring honor to the fact that I'm still the fly in the ointment, the lump in the clotted cream, the wrinkle in the dried cloth, that hard green pea under the stack of mattresses. And after having lived in Africa for more than 40 years, I'm still different, set apart, am Negro. But it no longer bothers me that folks still ask me, even after I've explained that I've lived in a village in the heart of Wameru homeland in Africa for years and years and years, probably before they were born. It no longer bothers me, I tell you, when they say in response to my explanation, yes, I do understand that, but now watch out. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes, but where are you from?
The collective snaps, ladies and gentlemen. Mama C, Charlotte Hill O'Neal, Journey to Radiance, Black Panther. I think it's time for a health and healing moment, Dr. Phyllis.
I loved that poem so much, and it got me thinking about voice and power and a woman's power to use her voice. So I want to do a quick meditation, an adaptation of a humming meditation. We've got some artists and singers in the room, and humming is a beautiful way to strengthen the voice, the throat energy center. So it's very simple. We're going to just sit up straight in our chairs and then pull our shoulders up and back and down just to make sure that our spines are nice and erect but not rigid. And then from here, we're going to take a breath in through the nose, but as we exhale out, we're going to exhale out with a hum. So it'll sound something like this. We breathe in, we exhale. It's really important that you pick a tune or pitch that feels natural to you. So don't pick what you hear in the studio. Just make a sound that sounds really natural to you. So we're going to practice 3 times. Okay, here we go. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. One last time. Breathe in. Exhale. Take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, if your eyes are closed, you can slowly open your eyes.
Blessings are now. Journey to Radiance, Black Panther. Mama C, Charlotte Hill O'Neal. You spoke a little bit about the wonderful upbringing that you had. Tell us a little bit about your family, because I know family means so much to you.
Yes, it does. Both of my parents were musicians. Mom was a pianist and an organist and a beautician. She was very much an entrepreneur. She used to make cakes and all of that. My dad was a fireman for 25 years. Then he took up another career. He became a youth intake specialist at the Juvenile Detention Center. And he was the longest serving officer or personnel there. And it's funny because we walk in the street, you know, and all these youth inevitably come up to Dad and say they remember him. They remember how he would have words of encouragement when they were locked down, you know. It just makes me feel so proud that both of my parents were very community minded. I have a older sister who has relocated, and she lives in Nairobi, Kenya. And I have a younger brother who is in Kansas City, as well as our two children who grew up in Africa, but they chose to explore this western part of their heritage here in America. But I tell you, they ready to come home now, y'all.
I know that's right.
And my dad, y'all send good vibes and healing vibes to him because he's recovering in the hospital in Kansas City. So I'll be at his bedside again very, very soon. I've had a blessed life, brother. And the fact that so much of it has been filled with music and the arts in general, it just keeps me confident. And this is why I see it so important that we make sure that all the youth that we work with feel free about expressing themselves through music and the arts, and to learn like that is such a natural way to learn. We use hip hop in a lot of our classes, conscious hip hop, the kind you do, brother. You know, it makes these lessons stick more firmly in the brains of these youth that we work with. It is so important to give young people and elders the freedom to express themselves through art. Yes.
Beautiful. And your husband, you've been married for how many years?
We've been married since 1969. So how many years is that? That's almost 50, isn't it?
It's a divine blessing.
Yes, it is.
Especially in today's times.
It is.
What advice could you give to young couples out there? And because, you know, when you listen to your story and the amount of hurdles you had to accomplish, you know, to jump over, you know, the whole thing with having to relocate to Africa, then find your identity there, but also in the scope of I'm married too, and how do we as a couple find our identity? Some type of advice you like to give some young couples out there?
Yes. Well, you know, the fact that when we first met, both of us were Panthers. Brother Pete was the founder and chair of the Kansas City chapter. That right off the bat gave us something very much in common. And that thing that continues to be part of the glue that keeps our union together is community service. You know, you got to be friends first. You got to have respect. You have to have trust. And you got to have something outside of yourselves to work, something that's even bigger than your union. And for us, that thing is community service. That is our passion. It is our passion to share our knowledge and the wisdom that we have gained over the years with these young people.
With the world.
With the world. With the world.
That,
It's true, brother. I'm not exaggerating when I say that there have been thousands of young people who come through UAACC, you know, and whose lives have been changed for the positive by those experiences. I mentioned the daily classes, but I didn't mention the fact that Brother Pete founded the Leaders of Tomorrow Children's Home 10 years ago, and we've been raising 21 to 23 children for 10 years, y'all. We're raising them
at the UAACC.
At the UAACC.
So you're saying at the UAACC, you have a children's home
Yes.
Within that compound,
Yes.
where you guys are raising 23 children?
Yes. Right
Where did
now,
these children come from in Tanzania?
They have come from families who, because of economic hardships, because of other things, like some of them might have been like alcohol problem or something like that. And when we announced that we were going to start this children's home, many, many people came. We have the blessing of the elders in the community, including the elders who are a part of the government, the 10th cell leaders and things like this, and they interview them first. So it's not like we're making a biased decision. So with the support of people from around the world, we've been able to get scholarships for some of these children. We've been able to keep them clothed, medical, everything. And these children are so smart and so creative. And again, that's the power of arts.
Yes.
Art always surrounds them, you know. Yes. Some of them have even started doing a little filmmaking, and it's great. It's a blessing. It's a real blessing.
The journey. The journey. The journey. The journey. The journey. Journey to radiance, 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 journey to radiance. On a journey to radiance, the beauty is so evident. When you shape, shift, and form, break away from the norm. Higher levels of achievement, persistence is needed. A campaign for black male achievement, rooted in cultural relevance, opening the door for healing, flooding the mind with positive images. It's up to us to start loving us and really start believing. Black male reimagining the image of our greatness, building communities and taking ownership and knowing it's not about keeping score, but brothers coming together from shore to shore. And sure, the pain is the same. The game ain't gonna change until we become the change that we wanna see. I know we gonna win. Muhammad Ali, one is manifesting collective wealth. What a blessing guiding you on your journey to radiant health. Journey to radiance, 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 journey to radiance.
I know just who I am, who I aspire to be, healing, evolving through my creativity.